Hey everyone, Cassie here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to be making a 3-slider card. A couple months back I had made a card using the new Heffy Doodle release, and it had these adorable little manatees on it. I posted it on my Instagram. I didn't have a video, but I posted it on my Instagram and several people were like, how did you do that? I even got a few emails like, can you tell me how you did that? And you're going to be shocked at just actually how easy it really is. So this is how it works. It's going to slide all three at the same time. And today we decided to bake one using some seagulls. So this is also from Heffy Doodle. Aren't those fun? Yeah, and I think I even worked out some of the kinks by making this second one. So why don't you grab your favorite beverage and let's go take a look at the products that we used in this card today. We're going to be using the You Go Gull and dies. I love that set. And to save time, because this would be a super long video, I went ahead and stamped all those images out onto some alcohol marker friendly cardstock and colored those with my Copic markers. And so those are the images we're going to be using. We also use this stitched Slimline trio die, and I use the second largest die in this set. And I cut that out using some banana split cardstock. I'll show you that here in a second. I'm going to show you each of the pieces just so that you have an idea, and just to save some time, I went ahead and cut all the pieces out that I needed. I also used the Breaking Waves die on some Simply Teal-icious cardstock. So there it is, but I also cut that out with that stitched Slimline trio so that it would all match up perfectly. And I also cut out a couple more. I didn't cut those ones down with the stitched Slimline trio simply because those are going to go on the inside of my card. We're also going to be using the Slimline pull tabs die, and we'll need the scallop. So there's the scallop, and that is once again some of that Simply Teal-icious cardstock. Those will all layer up nicely. I cut out a tab out of the same color cardstock. We have this little wraparound mechanism, and then we have this that helps you realize that you're pulling up. And then we're going to need these two pieces. I'll show you that later. But there they are. And then we also use the Miss You Shadow Heffy cuts, and I cut those out as well. So there we go. So let's go ahead and get started on the card. So here are all the pieces. They're cut out using their matching dies, and we're going to do some ink blending onto that banana split cardstock. And I started with that because I knew that if I'd started with white, you'd be using a lot more ink. But here's a way that you can start with some colored cardstock and just have that as your base and then add your colors later. My inks there are some Traffic Cone and Guppy, and I'm using a blending tool to blend on those colors. I decided I did want a sun in there, so I used a hole punch on some purple tape just because I couldn't find my masking paper. It wasn't super readily available. And I'm not going to cover the entire background. I want some of that yellow to be popping through. So I've just got this orange ink, and this is a lighter orange that I started with, and then I'm going to bring in a darker orange next. And then I'm even going to bring in a smaller blending brush to wisp some of the clouds a little bit more. So it's starting to look like a sunrise, and I think that's cool. But you just want to start with whatever your base color would be, and then you'll layer your colors on top. So here's this other smaller blending tool I'm using, and I'm trying to wisp out some clouds. I'll even kind of just drag the side of the blending tool just to make them wisp out even more. And the more I do this, the more it's really starting to look like a sunrise. And then I'll blend those just so they're not quite as harsh. And then I'm even gonna go over the purple tape sun, and that way it'll be really prominent by the time I pull off that mask. But it just looks like there's a cloud hanging around the background. And then I'll pick up my mess, peel off the mask, and there is our sunrise. All right, now I'm going to do a little more ink blending. I'm going to use this teal colored ink along with another blending brush just to add a little bit of depth to those waves. And I'm just putting it on the top. It just adds a little something and makes it have a little more depth, which is nice. And then when we're done with our ink blending, we'll set those off to the side, and we'll start adhering pieces just to have them ready to go. So the wave won't get in the way, so we'll just go ahead and attach that down at the bottom. Next, we'll need to decide where our little moving parts are going to be. So I'm just going to tack this little die down. This die cuts out a slit And the slits will be the little tracks for where our seagulls are going to go up and down. So I'm going to move this die down one more. It doesn't have to match up perfectly, just needs to be close. And then I'll move my third one. I don't know how many you could actually put on here. 3 is the most I've decided to go, but that is what I did. So here is this piece. You're going to need one long one, and then you'll need 2 other of these little bottom pieces. You don't need the whole mechanism, just this bottom portion. You'll need 2 more of those because I have 3 slits, so I need 3 of those actual little mechanisms. And there was Miles saying hi. So now I'm going to go ahead and fold these up. They will cut out with some score lines, and that little piece there is what's going to pop through your slider. So that's going to pop through the track, and you want to put it on your very far, the one that's in the very bottom. Now I'm going to fold up the other 2. I'll start with this one. This one is going to go into another track, and I'm just going to put this at the very bottom of the track, just like the other ones at the very bottom, and I'm going to go ahead and attach it to my slider. If both pieces are at the very bottom, you'll be able to move them up. That's why it's very important to keep them at the bottom of the track. I'm using a very strong adhesive. This is some 1/2-inch score tape. You'd want to use something strong. You could use liquid glue. Just make sure that you let things sit and dry for a second. But again, push everything down to the very bottom of the track, and then now you've got, so there you could have 2. But you notice there's that one off to the side. So we're going to build an arm. So I'll fold this other piece, and then I'm going to slip that in there, again keeping it at the very bottom of the track. Now I'm going to cut down an arm that will be attached to the slider. So this can just be some scrap pieces of cardstock. And I recommend having 2 pieces because you want it to be nice and strong. So I've got this piece here, and I start by putting this one behind. You could sandwich it. I suppose you could probably get away with not sandwiching it if you don't want to, as long as you're using something strong as an adhesive. But I just wanted to make sure that nothing got broken. So I'm going to put some score tape on my one little slider piece, attach the arm, put a little bit of tape behind there, peel off its release paper, and attach it to our main slider, making sure again that everything is at the bottom. So you're going to want to test things as you go along just to make sure that you're doing it right. It's pretty forgiving, but yes. And so then I'm going to trim off that excess, and it will slide just fine. But I want to make sure that like I said, is nice and strong, so I'm going to attach more tape. And it's okay if it goes all the way over the arm, or all the way over and attaches over to the slider piece. And then you'll just attach down your next piece. So now it's sandwiched nicely in between there, and it is a good strong element. And look at that. Just like that, you have 3 sliders on one card. All right, next thing you want to do is take those pieces out, and you're going to cut your tab. That's where this little piece comes in. So I'm going to attach that with a little bit of purple tape and run that through my die cutting machine, and it'll cut out a little stitched square part at the top. And then this is where I decide I want to use the piece that cut out, and I'm going to run that through with that one die that has the little arrow cut out. And you'll see what I'm talking about here, where that attaches. So I'm going to just attach that with some purple tape, run that through my die cutting machine. I did save the little slits that I had cut out because I wanted to make sure that none of that blue showed through when I attached everything. So I'm going to glue those down. It only really matters on this piece. It doesn't matter on the other 2 pieces because the mechanism, the slider up and down, will actually cover that. So it's completely unnecessary to do the other 2, but I did do them anyway. Now we're going to glue all of our little seagulls to their respective pieces of paper so that they are ready to be attached to their little mechanism part. And I'm going to test the one out, but before I do that, I'm going to trim down my piece. It ends up being a little too long, so I have to cut it down a little bit more, but this is that piece I just cut out. I'm going to attach it over the top, but here I notice it's just too long still, so I'm going to trim that down a little bit more. And then now I can attach that there. It makes it a little stronger to add this there, and it gives the recipient something to hang on to, and they know exactly what they're supposed to do. So again, I'll test everything out, and everything seems to be working. But the next thing I want to do is attach this little piece right here. This is the channel that will keep that mechanism from going off kilter. Your foam tape will also keep it in, where it's supposed to be, but this will help even more. So I would use a strong adhesive. I'm using liquid glue. This is just some Nuvo Deluxe liquid glue. And then don't attach it to the actual mechanism, but attach it to itself. This way you can still continue to lift your slider. I'm checking this one because this was the one I was most concerned about hanging off. I do need to trim down that little piece right there, but everything else should be good to go. And then I'm going to pull out a piece of foam tape that will go right over the top of that. And nothing is being hindered. Again, always check just to make sure that what you're doing with each step doesn't affect the movement. So I'll attach down foam tape on all of those. And then I'll peel off the release paper and attach down our little seagulls to the fronts of those. Now this one, some of it shows through in the back. It doesn't really bother me. If it's something that bothers you, you could trim it down, but because that background is yellow and orange, it kind of blends in, so it's not a big deal. And then this seagull just covers the channel, so I'm not worried about that, as does this one. So like I said, it was kind of redundant adding those little slivers because you really don't see them. But again, everything's still moving and everything's working fine. I'm going to double up some Scotch foam tape, and then I'm going to attach that down all around my mechanism, making sure as I go that I'm not hindering the movement of the mechanism. So I will double that up and add it all over to the background. Again, just keep checking so that you don't, end up putting it in a place that would stop the mechanism from actually working. So there we go, still working properly and perfectly. And it's at this point that I was like, oh, I should have splattered that background. So I just put some scrap pieces over my seagulls, and then I'm going to use some Aqua pigment that I have. And I'll have everything linked down below that I used. I'm going to splatter that all over that background. It just adds a little something, and it's very shimmery, this stuff is. So it's a gold shimmer, and I just love how that just shines on that background, that orange and yellow background. It just really pops, and it's really pretty. So I'll just keep splattering that, and then I'll pull that out and let that dry before I move on to the next step. It's fairly dry at this point, so now I'm going to peel off all of my release paper. And then I'll attach that down to that scalloped slimline strip. Like I said, it was redundant to add those, but it's fine. Live and learn. And then once that's attached down, which I'm just super excited about this color combo. Now I'm going to work on the inside of the card. So my card base measures 7 inches by 8.5 inches, and I'm going to score that at 3.5 inches. So this will be a side folding slimline card. I think all slimline cards are side folding. I'd be hard pressed to find some paper that would be that long. And now I'm going to attach down the waves that I had cut out earlier to the inside, making sure not to go all the way up to the center, because then you'll have a hard time closing your card. So there will be a little bit of a seam in the inside and middle, but it doesn't bother me. And then I'm going to put that into my guillotine trimmer and trim off the excess. And then we'll start attaching the rest of the pieces that we have in there. So I had run the Miss You part through my Xyron sticker maker just to make it easier to attach those pieces down to their shadow. I love that sticker maker. And then this one was just too small to take the sticker back off, so I'm just going to add a little dot of glue and pick that up with my jewel picker and put down the little tittle of the eye. And then I'll put some liquid glue on the back of that and attach that to the inside of my card. And then we'll use that same liquid glue to attach down the rest of our pieces. These little seagulls are just too cute. Their little faces are adorable. I've been wanting to ink up this set for forever, and I know that the design team has done some amazing things with this set. So I'll just keep putting all the little pieces down. There's something about finishing off the inside that really makes it just even that much more delightful. It's like you've got this fun piece on the outside, and then on the inside it's another little surprise. So it says, "Miss you, hope to see you soon." And now, after that's attached, I can close up the card and attach the front down to it. I'll attach my panel down to the front of my card base, just using that same liquid glue. And I love how there's that little pop of white all the way on the outside. It makes the seagulls pop even more. And then once we're done with that, that's actually going to finish off this card. So I hope that you were able to understand what I was talking about. If you need to pause it, be sure to do that. But if you liked this video, please hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already done so. As always, I just appreciate all your love and support and all the comments that you guys leave. You guys are incredible. And I will see you very soon in another video. Bye, everybody.